What is up? Welcome back to another hashtag Lock Boss show and giveaway. I tell you what, we have a special guest who will be on here in just a few moments. We're going to be going over the post of the week, the comment of the week, and then, of course, we're going to be announcing this week's 5 lucky winners. So really excited to be here with you all. Feels good. And man, I tell you what, I don't know what it is. I thought I fixed the camera, but it's a little goofy today for some reason. But anyways, yeah, it should be good. I tell you what, I'm really glad to be back with you guys. I was here with you last Tuesday for live, and then I've been gone all week, and it's my first day back. So I'm happy to be here with you, happy to hang out. And yeah, I tell you what, some of the videos that I shot down in Texas are pretty awesome. And I tell you what, I cannot wait to share them with you. But all right, now, of course, before we get started, I need to crack open a fresh Topo Chico. And I just want to say cheers to all you out there as well, whether you're drinking a Topo or, for that matter, your favorite beverage of choice. Cheers. All right, all right. So now, Julio, of course, when we have a guest on, okay, we leave the guest alone when it comes to music, okay? No confession music, none of that weird stuff, all right? Just save that for me only, okay? Oh, actually, it might be more productive if we I don't know, maybe I'm gonna stop there, okay? All right, well, hey, let's go ahead and let's hop into today's show and have a little bit of fun here. All right, here we go. Lock Boss season 3.16. Here we go to the post of the week. This one comes from Gus Altube or Gustavo. Hey, Gustavo, thank you so much for sending this photo in. Let's kind of check it out here. What do we got cooking in the oven? Looks like we got a koozie, a polo, a t-shirt, a hat, a bunch of stickers. That's looking pretty good, Gustavo. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm really happy that you won. I'll tell you what, Gustavo so often actually is in our after party in Discord. He's hanging out with us. He's also a customer of CLK Supplies, Gustavo. And I just want to say, hey, thank you so much for the business that you give us all the time. I really appreciate it. And on top of that, as I've got to know you in the Discord and hanging out, you're such an amazing guy, and you and your wife are in your locksmith business, and you're fun to be around and hang out with. So, thank you. I just want to say thank you for that. All right, here we go. Next up is the comment of the week, and this one comes from SecureLock 5751, and it says, owning a Panavice 350 is like driving a Cadillac. Sure, any vice can probably get the job done, but sometimes you want to do it with style, like a lock boss. That's what we're talking about right there. And I couldn't agree more. The Panavice, the one thing I wish I would have brought up in that video was that I don't think I did. It's 100% American made, which is pretty awesome, I tell you. And of course, like always, we put the video out on Sunday, and today we're out of stock on them. So we have more on order. So thank you all so much for the support, I tell you. And glad you like it. I think it's awesome too. As you can tell, I got one sitting right there. Right there. All right. So that is the comment of the week. Nice one there. And it's about time to get on to our special guest. But before I do, I just was talking about the after party in Discord. Let me go ahead and throw the link in here right now. There you go. So if you want to come hang out after the show's over, chit chat a little bit really about this, a little bit about that. It's a lot of fun just to kind of hang out. I'll be in there for at least a while, and so many others. Well, all of you who are watching are welcome. Come hang out, have a good time with us. And by the way, it's a Discord. It's Jimmy J's, also known as Iowa Lock Docs Discord. All right. So feel free to come hang out. Man, Jimmy, great idea on the Discord. We've been doing this now for, I don't know, several months. It's been a lot of fun, actually. It's been a lot of fun. But with that being said, let's bring up our special guest this week. It's going to be Ryan from ILCO / Advanced Diagnostics. And there's been some news with the SmartPro, and it'll be fun to kind of talk about it, get it, right from the horse's mouth, right? And have a little bit of fun. So here we go. With that being said, Julio, can we get some sort of, I don't know, drum roll or something to bring on a guest, I mean, all right, here we go, Julio. Let's hear it. All right. I like it. I like it. Ryan, welcome.
Hey, PJ. How you doing today?
Good, good. I don't know. I mean, how'd you like Julio's intro music on that? Was that a little weird or was that good?
I think it was good. I like it. Nice touch. Nice touch.
All right. All right. So, Ryan, first of all, thank you so much for joining. I know it's late. You're on the East Coast and it's not 4:07 there. So thank you so much for being here.
No, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, so I just really want to take the opportunity. So there's been some new things happening with the SmartPro, and I just kind of want to talk them through them. So if you could, like something kind of happened last week with the pricing. Walk us through it.
Yeah, so with the SmartPro, one of the obstacles that I've heard over time, like going to many trade shows and visiting customers out in the field. One of the complaints that I'll always receive, being the product manager over automotive, is the pricing for the SmartPro. So that's something that I've heard, many, many times in the past. And I just had, we're trying to be creative and find ways to get the SmartPro in the hands of people who really want to try out the SmartPro, but maybe couldn't afford to make the initial investment. So what we decided to come out with is a SmartPro with 6 months of UTP. Meaning that you buy the SmartPro, you get it at a very special price of $2,200, and you get 6 months of unlimited use for that device. So you can go out and program and get very acquainted with the SmartPro and be able to put a tool in your hands that you haven't been able to in the past, just because of the price positioning of the SmartPro. So we just wanted to make the SmartPro more accessible for those who may have not been able to invest in the SmartPro in the past.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And you know what, Ryan, I kind of messed up and I took it for granted, but if you wouldn't mind, could you tell everyone what your job is over there at ILCO? I'm sorry. I messed that one up here.
No, you're fine. So my job is I'm the product manager over automotive solutions as well as key cutting machines. So I facilitate all of the new product development when it comes to any new automotive devices or keys. And then also on the key machine side of the business, I'm responsible for new product development when it comes to any new key machines that we're working on or developing. And then all the back end stuff, of course, that goes along with being a product manager.
That's a lot, Ryan.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a lot, but I definitely enjoy the challenge and I enjoy bringing new products to our customers, business that can help them be successful and help them be profitable in what they're trying to do on the day-to-day basis.
Absolutely. So, I mean, this is a pretty big shift in the SmartPro, right? With this 2,200, 6 months. I mean, I remember when I got the email about it, I was like, wow, that's a difference, And, I want to kind of walk through a little bit. So if someone were to get a SmartPro or actually, before we get there, let's talk about this SmartPro Lite for a minute. So is what I'd like to talk about is the SmartPro Lite, and then talk about if someone were to get the normal SmartPro for the 2,200 with 6 months, what are their options after that 6 months? If we start with the SmartPro Lite.
Okay, yeah, for sure. So with the SmartPro Lite, when you make the purchase of that device is able to be fueled as long as you're using our keys. So as long as you're using ILCO, transponder, or look-like remotes, you'll have unlimited use with the SmartPro Lite device. And the only fee that comes along with the SmartPro Lite is a yearly update fee of $150, which is going to allow you to continue to be able to use the SmartPro Lite. But that's the only additional cost outside of buying the keys that you're going to have to, buy anyway to program keys to the vehicle. So that's really the benefit for a SmartPro Lite, especially if you're already accustomed to using ILCO keys. We stand behind our keys, stand behind our product, and we're going to guarantee our product. So that's really the benefit there. If you want to save money and just buy the SmartPro Lite, you can do that, and all you have to do is buy the ILCO keys.
Awesome. Okay. So there's that. So there's that particular segment. And then when it comes to the SmartPro with this 6-month UTP, can you kind of walk us through that?
Yep. So with the SmartPro with 6 months UTP, you essentially, when you make the purchase, you'll get the SmartPro and you'll get 6 months of unlimited use with that device. So that means you can program 1,000 vehicles if you're able to squeeze that many in that short amount of time. But yeah, you have unlimited use with that device. And then after you've been using the SmartPro for those 6 months, at that point, you can make a decision on if you want to continue with the annual subscription or if you want to continue to operate your device using tokens. And really, it just depends on how frequently you're using the device to determine on whether you want to be on an annual subscription plan or if you want to be on the token plan. It's all based on usage. And generally, the rule of thumb is if you're going to do at least 5 vehicles a week or more, then you're going to want to be on the annual UTP plan because that's going to pay itself off in the long run if you're doing that quantity of vehicles. If you're doing 5 or less, then you probably want to be on the token plan. It'll be more cost effective. And keep in mind the tokens don't expire. So if you buy a pack of tokens, we offer them in several different options, 10, 25, 50, and 250. If you buy those, they never expire, and you can use them whenever the need comes up.
Absolutely. So to kind of just reiterate what you said, if someone, so they get the 6 month, they get the SmartPro with 6 months, they go through it, it's unlimited use. And then at that point, they have a couple options. If you're doing like the official recommendation is 5 cars or more a week is to go with the annual UTP. Now there's an annual and there's a monthly, but the annual is less expensive, right? By I think what is it, like $400 or something like that a year, something like that.
A month. Yes, a month. Yep.
Yep. And so you can go that way, or you can go the UTP or the annual, the cheapest. And then second would be the UTP monthly version, which by the way, we have a lot of people on both. I mean, they're both kind of fair, good options. It really just matters. I think a lot, Ryan. I mean, wouldn't you say it's kind of like a cash flow thing?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, it just depends on how much volume you have. And then one thing we also have that some of our customers take advantage of is our 24-hour pass. And that works out for, locksmiths if they have like a car auction lot or somewhere, maybe a dealership that they visit and then have to program keys for, once a week or once every so often. And they kind of have a number of vehicles loaded up. So maybe they're going to go in there, they're going to program, 20 vehicles in a day. We also have 24-hour passes as well. They're sold in packs of 5. So you make that purchase, you'll get 5 24-hour passes. And then you can have unlimited use of the device for 24 hours. And like I said, that's really good if you're a locksmith and you're able to kind of plan out your business, and you can take advantage of that. Even if you're using tokens, you can use tokens on your slow days. But then when you're going to have a very fast-paced day, maybe on a Friday evening or Saturday, then you can use that 24-hour pass and really knock out some vehicles.
Yeah, Ryan, you bring up a really good point, right? So if you're not going to go the route of the annual or monthly UTP, the other option's the tokens, right? And you can get them as small as a 10 pack and as much as a 250 pack. And it's a varying price scale between the two of those. Yeah. But if you are on the tokens, like you said, I think like a hidden gem, and thank you so much for bringing it up, is how you can get those 5 24-hour passes, right? You only have to use one at a time, but you get 5 of them. And that way, if you are on a token plan, but you have a ton of vehicles, you can use one or more of those 24-hour passes, really knock out a lot, right? So I think it's really cool, Ryan. Over the years, is what I've kind of seen now between the Lite and the new plan and all of the options in between is you can really see ILCO, AD trying to, for every situation, for there to be a path, right? Is that pretty safe to say?
Yes, correct. Like I said, we want to get as many SmartPro devices in the hands of our locksmith customers because the SmartPro, and I think many locksmiths will agree, is one of the best tools in the market. The only issue that we've had in the past is just the cost of the device. And like I said, we want to make it more accessible for our customers to try out the SmartPro, put it in their hands, and see how great of a tool it really is. So that's really the whole goal for us, is to put as many of these devices out in the field, let our customers use them so they can see how beneficial it can be in their day-to-day business.
Absolutely. Yeah, completely agree. Now, for everyone watching, if you have any questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat, and Ryan and I will get to them here in just a little bit. So go ahead and throw them in there, and we'll sift back through and make sure we hit it all. I already see some in there, so we'll be sure to get to those in just a few. But okay, Ryan. So I think that's awesome. I think it's a really cool thing. I mean, at this point, it really has all the bases covered. I know people are asking about pricing, right? Like the yearly UTPs, $32.50. The monthly UTP is what? Off the top of my head, $325, I think. Off the top of my head. So that's kind of what that's looking like, And Ryan, I know this question will get asked, and so I just wanted to bring it up a little bit. But it's like, hey, well, it's like, Ryan, I just bought a machine and got 6 months for $2,200. The yearly fee is more than that, and I mean, I know it. Like, I feel like I can answer the question, but I just want to kind of hand the floor to you on that.
Yeah, so like I said, the annual subscription for the SmartPro is definitely it's a significant cost behind that. But there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes to try to stay on top of the game when it comes to developing our software and to continue to have one of the best tools out in the market. So when it comes to that, we're always still looking at options, and we do run specials on the annual UTP as well as our 250 token packs throughout the year, to try to make it more affordable for those who even take advantage of the SmartPro with 6 months UTP. Just keep in mind, if you take advantage of that, we typically run promotions throughout the year that allow you to get the annual UTP at a discounted price that's more affordable.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Ryan, kind of the way I looked at it when I saw you release this, it was kind of like, and I could be wrong, but this is kind of my assumption here, but it's like, you're really, getting in at a really low price, actually like lowest ever by far. And then at that point, like, hopefully within that 6 months, I mean, you've already made all of that money back plus. And yeah, the subscription is $32.50. I mean, it's a lot, or you can do the monthly $325, but you're really kind of letting people get in the game at a very low price and having a SmartPro, So, I mean, that's kind of the way I looked at it when I saw that released. And I thought it was actually a really aggressive, cool move
like I said, the return on investment is very short when it comes to that. You don't have to program any keys. I mean, it's simple math. I mean, even if you only charge $100 per key, I mean, you're talking about programming 22 vehicles, and then
that's it.
And that's, like I said, $100, of course, that's really on the low end. Nobody's talking $100 around here, but so you're going to really have your return on investment really short timing with taking advantage of this offer. And then, like I said, I believe once our customers really get the device in their hands, see how beneficial it is in their day-to-day business, then they'll see the value behind the device and what it can offer.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. And like, for the record, that last sale you guys did on those 10 packs of tokens, I've never seen the amount of orders before. I'm guessing you guys haven't either, but it was wild, actually.
Yeah, no, it was really good. It was a lot of orders, to say the least. So
it was a lot of orders. I think the hardest part.
Well, what's that? I'm sorry, PJ.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that's something that we're really trying to see. We want to make the SmartPro as affordable as possible, and that means all the way around where it comes to whether it's the annual subscription, monthly subscription, tokens. So we're doing what we can to be able to help our customers out, and that's one of the initiatives that we did, is to offer that 10 token pack at $100, which is the cheapest we've ever sold tokens for. So
yeah, it's so crazy, actually. And I think the only hard part about that was the fine print that a lot of people skipped, which was, 1 pack per machine.
Yes, of course. Yes. Like
Oh man, it was wild.
and unfortunately, we couldn't open up the floodgates, unfortunately. But like I said, at least it'll allow customers who, may have not been using their devices much or needed a few extra tokens. It allowed them to get those tokens at a cheaper cost.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was really cool. Awesome. Well, hey, okay, I just want to switch gears here really quick for a few things, and we'll get to some questions, which is, I mean, everybody knows who's in the key programming business, over the past few years, things have gotten a lot tougher, right? A lot of the new stuff coming out and all of that. And I just want to kind of give the floor to you to talk about maybe any new updates that have currently, have come out in the past while, or any new stuff that you want to talk about. I'd just like to give you the floor for that.
Yep. So we just released some new software last month. One of the models that we released was for a Hyundai Santa Cruz 2023 to 2023 model, and that is a completely new system that we added. And then also there's a new vehicle that we added, the Cadillac ELR. We added that selection as well. And then in addition, we have another software update. This is kind of a sneak peek, so to say, but we have another announcement that we're going to be making for Nissan but before the end of this month. So there's going to be something out coming for Nissan. It's going to allow for select Nissan models as well as Infiniti and some Mitsubishi models. It's going to allow the add key functionality on those particular vehicles, but we will be announcing that towards the end of this month as well. So more details to come in regards to that.
Very cool. Well, I'm I tell you what, one of the most exciting things in the key programming business is new software updates, right? Yeah. It's really awesome. So, I mean, dare I ask, even bring up a 4-letter word that starts with the F?
Yeah, let's not do that yet. We're working on it. We're working on it hard, but yeah, that's
it's just kind of how it is. I mean, it just is. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, Ryan, thank you so much for sharing all of that and hanging out. I want to kind of go through a few questions here. Do you have time for a few questions?
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. All right, let me scroll down here. I saw one talking about someone was asking about a van that you might have for sale. Where to go here?
Probably talking about our demo van, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Demo van. Yep. So we just retired one of our older demo vans, and we've already sold it. So that van has already found a new happy home with a friendly locksmith that we sold it to. But we've successfully done that a couple times throughout the years, and that's something that we continue to do whenever we retire a van. We put it up for sale, and we offer it up at a very affordable price. It kind of a way of giving back to the locksmith community. And typically we sell all of the products along with it at a heavily discounted price when we sell the van. So the current one, unfortunately, it's already been sold. But when we retire our next one, we make an announcement and we put it out there that it's for sale.
Man, we should, just for fun, next time you guys have one for sale, like we can bring you on live and do a tour of that. I bet you we could get that thing sold quick.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'd love to do that. So we'll let you know for sure, PJ. So
cool. Yeah, it'd be fun. Why not?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
All right, next question from James says, can you use the SmartPro offline with tokens?
Yes, you can use the SmartPro completely offline with tokens. Now, when you to load the tokens on the device, you do have to be connected to a internet service to be connected, so a Wi-Fi. But once you're connected and have the tokens loaded to the device, you can use the SmartPro completely offline. Now, there are select models, of course, where there may require connection, but for the majority of the vehicles, no, completely offline.
Yep. Yeah, and you'll know that before you head to that job too.
Exactly. And in the application that we have available is MyKeys Pro, where you can go in and you can look at all these details and it'll give you all of that information. You can also pull it off of your SmartPro device as well. It'll tell you all that information before you get to the vehicle.
Yep, absolutely. Very good. All right, let's keep knocking them out here. From Iceman003 says, after the 6 months, can we switch to light?
To a light? Unfortunately, no. If you want to participate in the SmartPro Lite program, you would actually have to buy a SmartPro Lite device. But if you buy a SmartPro with 6 months, your option are to renew annual UTP or a monthly UTP, or use tokens, or 24-hour passes. And one thing I didn't mention earlier, but software is also another option. So if you're a locksmith and you're only doing certain vehicle models, maybe you're only doing Honda, maybe you're only doing Nissans, or a mixture of both, we offer different software packages where you can buy the software outright and then own that software. And for the life of the tool, you can program that vehicle as many times as you would like. There's no additional cost behind that if you purchase and own the software. But yeah, unfortunately, no. For the SmartPro, with 6 months, if you buy it, you'll be stuck with that version of the SmartPro and have to use it in that manner.
Okay. And then next up, James says, what about SmartPro and NASTIF? Is there any different new updates on that at all?
No, when it comes to the SmartPro, we don't have any, haven't received any additional input from NASTIF. So for us, it's business as usual. Our device is still operating at full capacity, and yours will continue to operate the same if you decide to make a purchase on the SmartPro.
Yeah. And also, when you, there's certain ones, obviously programs that, you still need to, to log in and NASTIF and that sort of thing. So, yeah. So I'm not quite sure, James, what side of that question you were asking, but hopefully we nailed them both.
Yep.
All right. Looks like we're almost to the bottom of them here. Okay. Last one here real quick. LockPro of Kentucky asks, are there any limitations between the SmartPro and the Lite version in terms of functionality or vehicles?
Yes, there are some limitations with the SmartPro Lite. So the SmartPro Lite is only limited to the vehicles, to the keys that we offer and sell. So if there's a key that we don't offer and sell, then we won't have the programming capability on the SmartPro Lite. Whereas on the SmartPro, it's not locked into our keys. You can program using anybody's keys, OEM or whoever you get your keys from. But with the SmartPro Lite, it's locked into our keys, and the software differences are based upon what keys we have available or offer rather. But as far as comparison, the SmartPro Lite has closed the gap quite a bit because we've released a lot of new keys in the past year. So there's a lot of additional coverage that has been added to the SmartPro Lite where it didn't have before, and it's kind of closed that gap. I would say it's closer to about almost 80% of what the SmartPro can do is what the SmartPro Lite can do.
Yeah. So recently you released what? It was like 68 a couple weeks ago, 68 new keys. Do you know what the total count of the lookalikes are now? Off the top of your head?
We're up in the mid 600s now. So
okay.
And we also have some, we're always looking to add new keys as well. So just keep in mind, if you decide to purchase a SmartPro Lite, that coverage is going to continue to expand as we release new keys as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this last one was one of your bigger releases of keys, right? I mean, 68 at once is a lot. I mean, I know the people who do the data here were,
Well, it's definitely a lot of keys. It was a big launch. I think we won last year towards the maybe mid of last year, where it was around 70 or so as well. But yeah, no, it was definitely a lot of keys, more than we typically do for sure.
Absolutely. Well, hey, very good. So it looks like I think we've covered just about all the questions here. Sorry if I skipped everybody out there. I apologize. You can go ahead and just leave them in the comments or something when the video is done, and we can try to answer them later. But well, perfect, Ryan. Is there anything else that you would like to talk about at all before I let you go enjoy your evening?
No, I just really appreciate you inviting me on the show. I'm glad to participate in this and look forward to hopefully participating in more of these in the future.
Absolutely. It was good stuff, Ryan. I really appreciate it. And I'm sure I'll see you in the emails later.
Oh, yep. Sounds good, PJ. Thanks for having me.
Perfect. Yep. Thanks. Can't talk all of a sudden. Take care. We'll see you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. How cool is that? Really awesome having Ryan on, hanging out with us, having a good time. Julio, also, thank you for behaving yourself. I really appreciate that. I don't know if you can tell, but I get a little nervous before guests come on the live show with Julio in the background doing weird things. But all right, so let's go ahead and let's keep the show rolling. Really cool to have Ryan on hanging out. And yeah, all right, let's do it here. What do we got cooking? All right, coming up now is the winners, the Lock Boss giveaway winners. Now, of course, before we announce the winners, we want to make sure that we all get on the same page on what to do if you win. You're going to want to email us your shipping info to sales@CLKsupplies.com or call us at 848-989-NVOICE. How to win. Comment on our videos with the hashtag LockBoss. Winners will be chosen from comments on the previous week's videos for our weekly giveaway. And my favorite part, no purchase necessary. All right. With that being said, let's hop right in it. Here we go. Winner number 1 this week is Lock-Picking Energy. Nice name there. Here we go. Winner number 2 is Scully 1800. Congratulations. Winner number 3 this week is Larry E. 9646. Congratulations. Winner number 4 this week is Gusta Efson. Hopefully I didn't butcher it too bad, although I know I did. 97. Congratulations very much. And of course, last but not least, winner number 5 this week is Dale Mueller, 4165. How about that? Really cool. Congrats to all the winners. Of course, just for a little while longer, we have a free mystery hat with purchases over $150. Simply add it to your cart. You get it for free. That's how it works. Good stuff. But well, yeah, everybody, that is this week's show. Let's pop back over here to the comments really quick and make sure I didn't miss any that maybe I can talk about really quick. And I tell you what, oh, hey, there he is. Lockpicking Energy. He says, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Congrats. Really cool that you're on live right now. And let's see here. Sharkman says, hi, PJ. Sharkman, what's up? And that's really good. So, yeah, man, great having Ryan on. Great seeing what they got going on. Pretty cool. Adrian says, I will be calling tomorrow to get my new SmartPro ordered. Well, thank you very much, Adrian. Really appreciate that. Really like it. Let's see. All right, guys, it's funny, as we've been going through this live today, I tell you what, the camera lighting has me all whacked out. I tell you, all whacked out. I need to kind of get that fixed. But yeah, I tell you what, we have a full deck coming up. We have over what is it? 6+ weeks of guests booked out for the live show. It's going to be a lot of fun. All sorts of things happening, and I'm really looking forward to it. So, yeah, we got that going on, and it should be good. But, well, perfect, everybody. Hey, listen, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for doing the work that you do. Make sure you're staying safe out there. And once again, we really appreciate all the business that you give us over here at CLK Supplies. We don't take it for granted. We're very appreciative. But, all right, everybody. Well, hey, remember, there's a link in the Discord. If you want to come hang out here, just I think Jimmy likes 5 minutes after the show, hop on into the Discord. You can voice chat, video chat, hang out with us, talk about whatever you would like. Well, there's a pretty wide variety of topics. And, even if you're new, you haven't been there before, come hang out. Maybe you'll make some new friends. We'll all be in there having a good time. So with that being said, of course, we'll see you in the videos this week. Stay safe out there. See you next time.